So we were given these and told to hold on to them because they're part of Reverend Bullett's service today, our sermon today. So looking forward to seeing what it's all about.
Maybe you have this fruit snack and you're like, I don't even like these sugary snacks. I ain't messing my teeth up like this thing. Well, maybe that's not your temptation. Which lets us know that not all of us are tempted by the same thing. That's right. And, oh, we do this a lot. Oh, you tempted by that? Oh, you are so weak and just, oh, I can't even believe you. Just be a Christian. Grow up spiritually. Read your Bible. Pray. I can't believe you're tempted by that. But you got your own fruit snack. You got your own snack when nobody is looking. You are ripping into that bag, shoving the fruit snack into your mouth. You got your own fruit snack. And so, like the prophet said, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. Right? Because everybody in this room is tempted by something. And make no mistake about that, brothers and sisters of mine. Look at this. This is from the Jameson Fawcett Burn commentary. The cause of sin is in ourselves. Even Satan's suggestions do not endanger us before they are made our own. Each has his own peculiar lust arising from his or her temperament and habit. So maybe your temptation has to do with physical or bodily pleasure. Maybe your temptation has to do with getting ahead financially. Maybe your temptation has to do with having the upper hand in relationships. Maybe your temptation is your anger. Maybe your temptation is gossiping. Maybe your temptation is running red lights. Maybe your temptation is being late to work. Whatever it is, you've got something that tempts you. And here's the thing. We always look outside of ourselves to blame. Well, if she hadn't had that on. Well, if he hadn't said that. Well, if they wouldn't have made that rule. I mean, we blame everybody and everything. You name any situation. We make everything and everyone the blame for us being tempted and sinning when the scripture says it arises from within us.
Look what I got in the mail from my cousin today. Aww. Thank you, cousin. Okay, that noise is right here. Jordan is right here under the blanket. But anyway, y'all, look at here. Look at here. Look at here. Got in from church just a little bit ago. Went to the mailbox. My cousin Donna, who is in Washington, sent me a gift card, a Carnival gift card. And then, y'all, look at here. Look at here. Okay, so when I purchased this home, I didn't get all my homestead exemptions and all that stuff done. And then I turned 65 last year. And so they've been kind of behind in getting stuff done. But y'all, when I tell you God is on time, I got 2 checks today. One from the city I'm in and one from the state. Refund checks, y'all. It takes care of my cruise. Look at God. Look. Ooh. It's going to be a wonderful cruise. I really don't like feet on me. I really don't like having feet on me. But this boy, and you know what? Be careful what you do with your little ones when they're small, because it carries on to when they get bigger. Because he always his mama says it's because when he was a baby, we used to play with his feet, kiss his toes and play with his feet and let him put his feet on his well. See, now he's older, walking on the ground and stuff, and he still wants to put his feet. So, yeah. Oh, Lord. But the things you do for the ones you love. Get your feet off me. Well, I started packing. Why is packing always such a mess? So I got my ironing board out because I got to iron stuff, and I just decided to pull out the things that I'm planning to wear. Considering this is an 8-day cruise, so I got all my bathing suits so far, and I'm just still working on it. It's early still, but I'm just starting. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to my subscribers, to your new subscribers, to the folks who just dropped in to see what's happening over this way in Deanna Marie's world. Welcome. All right, y'all. So I'm getting ready for vacation. 5 days. After tomorrow, it'll be 4 days. So I have these packing cubes, and they normally, when I went on my last cruise, everything fit. So right now, I have clothes that are like not in there. So I've overpacked. Once again, I always overpack. So here is a little thing that I do. And I overpack knowing I'm overpacking. So I put together everything that I think I'm going to wear, everything I think I want to wear, right? I do that, and then I'll go back through and start pulling things out. I'm not going to really wear that. I'm really not going to wear this. Things like that. And I know it may seem like it's a bit more tedious, but it lets me look at it and go, am I really going to wear that? Really, am I really going to wear that? And chances are the answer is no. So I've got to do that. So I've already I've got all my clothes packed right now. But I'm going to have to go back through because I think I packed every bathing suit that I have. But here's the killer is I may wear two. I may wear two. So I need to go back through. I mean, the bathing suits took up a whole cube by themselves. So that lets you know that I had too much in there. But anyway, I told you on my last video, I believe it was, that I was going to give you some cruising tips or some travel tips to consider when you're traveling. First and foremost, if you have electronic devices, make sure that you have your very own external batteries. I've been traveling for quite some time, at least the last 19 years, right? I mean, for business, just consistent traveling. And when I started traveling, I would be in the airport and I would have to search for, a wall plug in order to charge my phone up before I got on the plane. And that only happened one time. And from that point on, I remember being in the airport and buying an external battery there when I was in the airport out of one of the little vending machines that they have. But ever since then, I am an external battery hoarder. They have the little ones, the little narrow ones, right? And the little things like this right here. I'm just kind of a hoarder in these things because the one thing I just cannot be without, y'all, is power. I have to have power because I have a lot of different devices. So I have one large black external battery that has about 6 or 8 hours of power. Then I've got one that has 4. Then the other ones I have are the smaller little cylinder ones that are like 2 hours a piece. I average 3 power banks on my person at a time. Fortunately, I've only need to use them periodically. And like when I travel, I definitely have to use them, like being on the beach and stuff like that. So, number one, always have external battery. Always have your external juices. The worst thing in the world is for you to have your juice, right? And for someone to have forgotten theirs, but they want to use yours. The answer is going to be no. I'm sorry. Call me mean if you want to call me mean, but I am an over preparer. I prepare for what it is I am going to need. And like, for instance, going cruising, my first cruise, my second cruise, no nausea, none at all. The cruise I went on in 2021, it was not pleasant. From that point on, I make sure that I always have these ginger chews. They're a Dramamine product, but they don't make you drowsy. You can still drink alcohol with them, stuff like that. Once I get on the cruise ship, or on my way on the cruise ship, actually, I'll take two of them, and every day, when I get up in the morning, I just take two of them just to avoid that queasy feeling because up until 2021, I had not suffered any type of seasickness, and I've been on many boats. So maybe it was an age thing. I don't know. All right, so make sure, like I said, the thing you need to make sure of is that you know who you are and you know what you're going to need, and you need to bring what you are going to need. Don't depend on someone else to have something that you are going to need. So if you know you're prone to headaches, I always take Excedrin with me. Not a plug, it just works for me. Excuse me. I also have arthritis, so I'll take a lead with me because I know I'm going to be doing a lot of walking, so I need to make sure that I have the painkillers with me. Um, if you're prone to having allergies because you're going to be going to different countries, make sure you're taking Claritin or something like that with you. I've got Claritin with me. I take Claritin with me just in case. You never know. Um, if you are prone to sunburn, you need to make sure you take sunburn medication with you, the cooling stuff, whatever. But you definitely need to make sure you're taking sunscreen. Now, I use the Black Girl Magic sunscreen, and it's great. Yeah, it's just great, and so that's what I use. All right, let's see what else I want to tell you about. Oh, now on Carnival, the last time I was on the Vista, they don't have like they have shampoo but not conditioner. So if you plan to wash your hair, then make sure that if you want conditioner, that you make sure you bring your own conditioner. I just usually bring, again, bring everything that I'm going to need. I don't depend on the hotel or the ship or anywhere else to have what I'm going to need. Some people like to, pack minimally. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people. Um, let's see. Other stuff is kind of, you take toothbrush, take toothpaste, stuff like that, right? That's just kind of lotions. Take your lotions and stuff like that. So, those are just a few tips I thought I would share with you today on VEDA Day 12. I'm sorry, 12? No, no, no. No, today is VEDA Day 13, isn't it, y'all? Wait a minute. Have I done this for 13 days? Oh my goodness. I think I have. I think I have done this for a whole 13 days, y'all. I have. Look at that. Oh my gosh. 13 days. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And three more things that you want to make sure, even though they're not requiring COVID vaccination or anything like that anymore, or COVID test anymore, unless you're not vaccinated. So if you're not vaccinated, you're going to, excuse me, you're going to need to take a COVID test. I think it's like 48 hours before you, something like that, before you get on a cruise, or look into what their policies are. I'm just saying that it's something that they may require that you do. I am fully vaccinated, and I'm taking my vaccination card along with my other ID. So you want to make sure that you have your picture ID. You have an option of having your passport, or you can take an actual official birth certificate for identification. So, another thing. I know I'm gonna have to say another thing, but let's do this one last thing, and then we'll talk about some more things tomorrow. When it comes to overpacking, or when it comes to packing, I should say, you want to consider what it is you plan to do. I average 2 outfits a day, right? The one I'm probably going to be wearing throughout the entire day, and then something for dinner. And so generally it's 2 outfits a day. On some of those special days, it may be 3. So I don't do a bunch of fancy smancy stuff. I don't worry about, all the jewelry and all that. I wear what I wear, right? So I used to do that. I used to do that. Quick story, and I'm going to go for today. When I first started traveling for the company that I work with right now, my first trip was I was going to be there with this customer for a full 5 days. So it being not my first time traveling, but my first time traveling for business for this particular company. So what do? I take 2 outfits a day, y'all. Not only that, but when I got to the hotel and I unpacked my suitcases, I had 10 pair of shoes. That's never happened again. But that just shows you, I mean, because back then, because we're talking early 2000s, um, every suit, because it was when you were suited and booted all the time. So every suit had its own pair of shoes. It had its own jewelry. It had its own everything. So everything was based around that particular outfit. So it required a lot. Since then, I've kind of mellowed down a bit, just a bit. I definitely don't have 10 pair of shoes anymore. I think the most I've been packing with me has been maybe 4. Yeah, because I don't do heels and stuff like that. Not like that. Not like that. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me for this time and just kind of listening to me chit chat about cruise stuff. I was talking to my son today. Anyway, let me just stop. Let me stop because I am excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's my son's first cruise. It's my sister's first cruise. I'm trying to get my daughter and her family to go with us. So maybe we'll show that this is so much fun that maybe I can get her and her husband and her son on a cruise. So fingers crossed. One finger's crossed, like this, like this, like this. All right, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Y'all just don't even know how much it really means to me that you take your time to watch my little stuff. So have an awesome and blessed day. Happy Sunday. See you tomorrow.